Hi, and welcome to this week's episode of Forge, which, as we all know, stands for Focus on Revenue, Growth and Enterprise. And in this week's edition, we are looking at some bite-sized education on my findings as a managing director that I hope will help other people. And one of the things that I focus my time on in my businesses is 12 numbers. And those 12 numbers help me in driving every decision that happens within my business. And I'm going to go through those 12 numbers now with you. Happy to share them with you. And before we start, you don't need to be an accountant to find these 12 numbers. But when you know what these 12 numbers are and where to get them from, I will then tell you how they can be really useful for every decision that you need to make. And I'll put the 12 numbers on the screen as we work through, and I'll explain what they are. And the reason we need these 12 numbers, so I'll give you an explanation first, is most people watching this will drive cars. And if you're driving along, you've got a dashboard that's lit up, and on your dashboard, it'll give you things like your temperature gauge, your fuel gauge, your revs, and your miles per hour, your speed. And as you're driving, you are subconsciously taking in this information, and it's feeding you with the knowledge that you need to drive safely. And I liken that a little bit to business and having that information readily available to you. Well, that dashboard in business is these 12 key numbers. So let's jump in and start looking at the numbers that I think most managing directors need so they can drive their business. The first one will be leads. It's on the screen now. Leads are the lifeblood of all businesses, because if there are no leads, then there can be no sales. And if there's no sales, well, there's no business. So number one you need is leads. Number two you need is your lead conversion rate, which is always a percentage. And it's a lead conversion rate from lead to prospects, which is the third number that you need. So we've got leads, we have a leads conversion rate percentage into prospects. And prospects aren't money. Prospects are people that are interested in what you have. So then we need a prospect conversion rate, which moves into number 5, which is sales. So we've tracked from a lead through a conversion rate to a prospect, through a conversion rate to a sale. So that's great. But that's where most businesses stop, at number 5. The other numbers are really helpful, though, to drive you further forward. So number 6, we need to know your average order value. And I wish I had £1 for every time I asked a business owner this question and they told me this answer. Well, it varies. No, it doesn't. Your average order value is the average across all of the orders that you've done in, let's say, the past 12 months. So we need to know your average order value, and that is number 6 of your 12 key numbers. Number 7 is a quite easy number to find. It's your total revenue for the past 12 months. For all the sales that you made added together, what is your total revenue for the past 12 months? Now we look for key number 8, which is your gross margin percentage, which is a difference between what you pay your supplier for the thing that you sell on and the price you move it on at. Because that will then give you your gross profit. Once we know those numbers, we look for number 10. Number 10 is your overheads. What is it costing you to run your business? The rent, the rates, everything else you need to pay, apart from number 11, which is salaries. Key number 11 is salaries. And if we take the overheads and the salaries from the total revenue, well, that will give us number 12, which is our net profit. Now, we've got on the screen now, I know they've flashed up one at a time, but on the screen now is a slide with them all on. If we have these 12 numbers, these are the numbers that are readily available to you from any basic accounting software. We know we all use different ones, but my business person uses Xero. And I can pull these numbers together quite quickly when I know what I'm looking for. But if I've got these 12 key numbers available to me on a weekly basis, then I can make really informed decisions about where to take my business and what levers to pull within my business that will drive profits. And once I get my business, or any business that I'm working with, to break even, the levers that I pull then drop huge amounts of money to profit. But without knowing these 12 key numbers, it's very difficult for an owner or a managing director or a financial controller to run the business around the numbers. You are running the business around the guesswork if you don't have these 12 key numbers. Now, I agree there are lots of other numbers that you can get. But for my findings, which is what Forge is about, my findings as a managing director, it's these 12 key numbers that are just that. They are key numbers that help me make commercial decisions in my businesses around everything. So I hope that's helped. This is meant to be a bite-sized information slice for you. Obviously, around this broadcast or podcast or however you're watching it, there will be links that you can click on, and you can even book a 30-minute call with me or my team for free. They're available for you to do that. This isn't a sales pitch. If you want to have that 30-minute free call, I'm happy to take that, or some of my team will take that with you. But coming off this, I am hoping that these numbers will resonate with you and you will understand where to get them from and why you need them. On one of our other broadcasts, we tell you the levers to pull to make these numbers work. But this episode, this Forge broadcast, is about the 12 key numbers you need in business. And I've gone through them with you. If you find these 12 key numbers, you will see how they work, and they will help you drive any business decision that you need to make. So that's for today. That's your bite-sized piece of information. Hope that's helpful for you, and I'll see you on some of the other broadcasts.